Hey everyone, how are you today? Today we're going to start chapter 2 or unit 2. And this is reasoning and proof. And this is where, for the first time, we're going to introduce the idea of proof and what a proof means to do. So, day 1, deductive reasoning. Proofs are bases on a series of statements that are assumed to be true called premises or hypotheses. Deductive reasoning is we use these premises and other true statements to arrive at a true conclusion. Since definitions are true statements, we can also use these to help. So, example 1. If I am given that AB is perpendicular to BC, what does being perpendicular imply? So, what we can say in this case is since we know AB is perpendicular to BC, that means that angle ABC is a right angle. And that's by definition of perpendicular. Example 2, we are given that BD is the bisector of ABC. So when we learn the word bisector or angle bisector, we learned that that means that angle ABD is congruent to angle DBC. That also means that the measure of angle ABD is equal to the measure of angle DBC. And lastly, that also means that the measure of angle ABD is equal to half the measure of angle ABC. And that is all from the definition of angle bisector. So our third example is given M is the midpoint of AB. So that means that we have a segment AB with M in the middle. And from that given, we can say that AM is congruent to MB, which means that AM equals MB, which also means that AM equals half of MB, or not MB, AB. And that's all from the definition of midpoint. So, example 4. We are given that WR intersects IE. So that doesn't really tell us much. But if we look at the diagram, that does show us that angles WSI and angle ESR are vertical angles, which then would mean that angle WSI is congruent to angle ESR because vertical angles are congruent. We could do that same two statements for angles ISR and angle WSE. Now, the other statement we can get out of this, because we know that WR and IE are lines, is that we can say angles ESW and angle WSI are a linear pair. And if we know they are a linear pair, we can say that the measure of angle ESW plus the measure of angle WSI equals 180 degrees. And that's by the definition of linear pair. And then again, just like with our vertical angles, we could make that same statement, same two statements for angles WSI and angle ISR, or angle ISR and angle RSE. So that is it for today's notes. Tomorrow in class, we will work on these practice problems. If you have any questions, please jot them down, circle them, bring them to class tomorrow.